Hello, beautiful souls. I am just hopping on here for a real quick meeting with you just to share an astral travel message and also to wish you a very happy new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Leo. The message that's coming through is that whatever falls away during this time is inseparable from the unfoldment that's occurring on your path to abundance. Now, when I say to abundance, there's something around abundance streamlining and flowing through you as there are certain, let's just say, maybe even belief systems that have polluted the runways of life force moving through you very effectively and efficiently as a conduit, as a creator within this realm, and your navigation system is going through an upgrade. That's the word that's coming through, your navigation system. So welcome everyone, and hello if this finds you on the playback. I'm going to open up quickly with a sage cleanse, and yeah, there's something around the huge release. The release is inseparable from your path to abundance. I want to share a message that came through, and then I'm going to pull a little bit of energy, and then we're going to go. Just going to be a really quick check-in because I have to train. So how are you guys doing for this new moon solar eclipse? Love the vibe. Training while getting ready for my day. I'm so glad to hear that, spiritual wanderer. I'm so happy to be keeping you company as you move through today. So let me go ahead and begin, right? The first message that was coming through was all about Polaris. I was journeying through the galaxy the other night with one of you beautiful souls in the community, and we were talking about Polaris. We were actually studying Polaris. Now, if you don't know Polaris, it's a fixed star in astrology, and it's basically a navigational star that sailors would use to, find their way. And so the compass was invented before the clock because direction always mattered more than the time that it would take to get there. And the energy that was coming through, before I even jumped on live, I dropped the whole Cosmos Oracle message. The cards went everywhere. The wormhole was the only thing that stayed steady and strong. And so there's a bit of a paradox going on where you're experiencing, and now the wormhole just dropped. It's like you're experiencing the effects of time. Okay, you're experiencing and studying the effects of time as you're anchored into your own eternal essence. And so you can witness in the stillness of your own heart the intricacies and complexities in, I'm hearing the multiplying forces in your field, but there are certain things that are being, let's say that you're being called to making way for things that are on their way to you. And yeah, so in the astral realm, we were talking about portals. We were also talking about black holes. So I'm going to go ahead and read the black hole energy actually in this card. And I said, even if they were small, they still drew things into their orbit. Now, black holes in this deck, it actually refers to healthy limits. And I wasn't expecting to pull this card. So let me go ahead and see if I can find it real quick. Black hole. And then if you remember the Polaris reading I did, it's like a North Star. So it's a unique quality made primarily for like countless generations to follow. So it's something that you're coming back into alignment with. Let me see if I can find black hole real quick. If not, it's fine. It's just like a black hole card, but I mainly want to read the card for you. There's something that you're being called to direct your attention towards, and that could be a more conducive or productive way of relating to this, I'm seeing, transit point that you find yourself at. And the transit point is between, I'm seeing the world of the form and then also the formless. It's like an inner knowing that you have. It could be coexisting perspectives, like the perspective that the human may have, and then also the perspective that the soul may have. You know what's really weird lately? Okay, here. Things are just, they're hiding in plain sight. All right. Black hole in this deck talks about imbalance between giving and receiving. So an example is of the sun, and it basically talks about something taking a random path and it interrupts the absorption and re-emission of photons. And photons are carriers of light, of information. And I'm seeing this solar new moon eclipse is a carrier of information where you're being informed on, okay, what's going to be released from the field. And there's an energy of, you know, self-trust, changing the way that you're relating to what's being released from the field during this time, and shifting the way that you're emotionally relating to these moments through time, and viewing it from the perspective of the eternal self, the fluid self, the formless self, the one that's been untouched by time or the events that have occurred during your space-time travels. And from that perspective, you'll come back to the realization that you were always free. Can everyone hear? Right? Who are you without those distractions, right? That's the energy. Hold on, it's really hot right now. I'm trying to like fix the aircon real quick. There we go. Good to see you, Joseph. Good to see you. Sewu. Man, I feel like dropping a link in here, and let me know if you want to hop on. Let me know. All right, so it also talks about things surface quickly during this time, and it absorbs all the electromagnetic radiation, and there's different spectrums. So nothing can pass through this opaque body. There are two different times, forgiving and receiving. I'm seeing you're giving something away that you cannot bring with you in an old paradigm, in a new paradigm. And it's allowing you to step into a season of receiving. Okay, super interesting. And it talks about energy produced in the nucleus, which is the memory of something happening. You're remembering why something has happened and what to do with it. And that's escaping to the surface. Okay, let me see. What was the message with Polaris? Let me see. What does this beautiful soul need to know? Oh, there's something around coming back into the natural rhythms of abundance itself, the natural flow of the universe. And it gives me cycles of fertility. This is a fertile cycle that you're moving through. It's like a tree trusting its own shedding process when autumn rolls around, for it's making room for that spring. Okay, I'm seeing that, like a spring oasis. All right, the message that's coming through is Aurora Polaris. Of course it is. We were talking about Polaris, and this was seated at the top of the deck before. So Aurora Polaris is remembering your bioplasma-like state, which is allowing you to fly. Okay, flight is flight to success. It's the opposite of standing still. So things are about to be speeding up exponentially. I have so many messages that were coming through. There's messages that I'm going to post later today. Loving the gypsy vibe. Thank you so much, Zebu. I appreciate you. Aurora Polaris, right, is literally about magical events. So again, there's something that you're being called to observe when it comes to the intricacies and complexities of the third dimension, and literally reality beginning to reconfigure itself to correspond to some type of internal shift that's occurred within you. And that's allowing you to rise above whatever it is that you're moving through and become buoyant inside of an experience. The greater the awareness, the greater the freedom. Even in the midst of chaos, you are being called back towards your own divinity, simply so that you can, I'm hearing, witness the higher order emerging from your being, the higher intelligence that is woven through everything. And that's a single truth that binds us as one. So there's something that's being experienced inclusively, and it could have felt like inclusive versus exclusive, like something that is exclusively for you and designed for your soul's journey, but it's also inclusive with the whole. We're all going through this in our own, custom energetic design that is in accordance with our own unique signatures. And that's very much the Aquarius and Leo access point. Now, Aurora Polaris is a cosmic dance. What did I title this message? Something around the eclipse is about to reveal how magical you are. Yeah, look at this, right? Cosmic dance. Who wouldn't want to witness this? It's like I'm hearing freeing itself from its shackles. That's what the flight is, right? It's like, imagine a rocket ship that was anchored into the ground and that anchor's just been released. The South Node, in many ways, is that anchor. So, okay, who wouldn't want to witness this? The Aurora Polaris is an event full of magic that happens in the night sky of various shades of the planet, where a light phenomenon full of color and shades and luminescence appears in the sky, dancing astonishing cosmic dance with gentle movements, pure natural beauty. In our lives, auroras generate sightliness, harmony, and fluidity of movements with positive magnetism. I just see this where you're stepping back and observing your own sun. Like, you're stepping back and observing this entire holographic system that each and every single one of us are immersed in. And that is the natural unfoldment of nature itself. It seems so chaotic. It doesn't rush. It has its, its own transmission, which is its silence. It can only be experienced through pure nothingness, in the remembrance that it's also everything simultaneously. And so from that 0 point perspective, I'm just seeing someone be immersed within, this field in which everything springs forth from. Everything. There is an essence of, oh, right, it's perfect. Yeah, it always has been. And there we find that cosmic comfort in that void. And so there's something around, existing as all and nothing simultaneously, experiencing the chaos while simultaneously dwelling within the void. That's what it gives me. And that's how this South Node in Leo eclipse may feel for you. I'm getting that scene from, is it in Spider-Man? In Spider-Man where there's like a bunch of fighting that's going on, and then there's that mad scientist and he's got his headphones on and he's like cooking something up, and there's like all chaos going on in the background, but he's just in his own world. That's what plasma is. It's like you are in counterpart Earth. You could be resisting many, you could be observing, many resisting this transformation. And so I'm hearing the only thing that can resist this is resistance itself. And that creates cycles of suffering, because either way, our journey of ascension is inevitable. So it feels like an inevitable evolutionary next linear progression of all the internal work that you've done, and now seeing that mirrored in the external reality. So in our lives, auroras generate sightliness, harmony, fluidity of movements with positive magnetism. They remind us that no dream is impossible, nor any wish is unachievable when you believe in the magic of the universe. This is about becoming childlike once again. That's what it's like. Why so serious, right? That South Node is kind of like, flipping that away and reminding us, oh yeah, we are children of the earth. Oh yeah, we are natural expressions of the divine. It's a humans suffer when they take too seriously what the gods made for fun, and if nothing belongs to us and it's all merely just an experience, then why not allow ourselves to experience? Yeah, be like water. Beautifully said. So beautifully said. So they appear rarely at precise parts of the earth to remind us the joy of experiencing breathtaking moments. This is also you, as you move through life with this magnetism, and the thing that makes you magnetic is the connection with your own heart, because then you are home within your interconnectedness to all things. The reconnection with your own soul's essence. That's what the sun is. It liberates you while inside the physical experience. That's the North Node in Aquarius, Saturn and Uranus energy. Saturn is like the tangible physical plane. Uranus is greater awareness and freedom, and also rebellion that we have. And so you're in this world, but experiencing a complete different dimensional layer of it. These are plasma-like beings that assist us and dwell between realms, right? They operate in the third dimension, like each and every single one of you. Yet they also hold a higher resolution in the way that they see this existence. And so, our trees or perception can expand, like the branches of the trees expand as far as our roots go deep, as deeply as one knows themselves, as it is as deeply as we recognize the divinity within all things. So trees, for example, teach us from another place. They are always there, and it's not their duty to remind us of the magic of spontaneity, but instead to connect us with the wisdom of our ancestors. Yet the auroras are a part of the cosmic masteries that teach us to connect with believing. It's a great moment when the musical notes vibrate and accompany the cosmic dance with color, peace, and well-being. Allow yourself to move smoothly and open up the immensity of dreams. This is a 333 portal, which is all about your potential. So the god said, inner stillness observes movement while in movement. Yes, yes. This is, it's ultimate truth. You know, it's the eternal being experiencing temporal moments through time, and also a silent reconfiguration and attaching to, I'm seeing detaching from the process. You know, it's like we can see where we currently are as the final destination, but it's not. It's like a pivotal point in the process. And this is your own unfoldment right now. It's like this may just be a chapter or a page in the book, but it's not the whole story. And right now you're being shown like an unfinished story within each and every one of your lives. It's like there's still so much more to unfold. And Polaris is that navigational star. It's the ability to say, no, you've guided yourself with this same point of reorientation time and time again, but now it's time to come back to our roots, come back to our source. You know, Polaris isn't something that we turn externally for. She's also encoded within us as the universe. And so that becomes your point of magnetism. So the Aurora Polaris talks about astonishing beauty, colors which dance to the sky endlessly. A cosmic dance which appears suddenly and gracefully, making us feel it like magic. Aurora Polaris is positive magnetism tinting the sky with bold and beating colors. So it's like, you know, you're in this world, but then things also become a little bit more vibrant. They become, you know, you're experiencing a different dimensional layer of this reality. I speak about it all the time with plasma beings. So literally you have magic when we were talking about the magic of this. So let's go ahead and see what this is. I mean, we have so much play. I have a reading that I just recorded that I'll edit and post in the field later today. And that, you know, I'm not even going to talk too much about what's going on. There's a lot going on, but it's just, you know, that kind of like in the best way possible. Like the things that you're being prepared for, God, it's a natural cycle of abundance that we're all coming back into alignment with. I'm seeing the human that attaches, look at what came out, right? Is the one that also blocks themselves off from vast portions of their potential. You're literally being called to open your field up to so much more. So observer, look at this, detachment. Aurora Polaris is the human laughs and the universe, the human plans and the universe laughs because they have so much more in store for you. Observer is creating distance from you and what it is that you're seeking to explore or experience in the third dimension. It's literally saying, watch it unfold before you like a memory, for it has already happened, child of light. You're witnessing the linear progression of that. Okay, so perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. Most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences. So again, can we feel the full spectrum of human emotion, yet also simultaneously dwell within the void? So much so that they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstance from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is a perfect moment for you to begin doing some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment that you're engaged with now. You'll be so happy that you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek, and you will indeed find it. So in partnerships, if this is anything to do with partnerships for you in relation to any of your, fellow humans, hold on, what do you say? Everything to this point is past. Every seed, thought, and act planted from this moment is becoming. Stay aware. 100%. Absolute facts. Yeah, 100%, guys. All right, so it's an advantageous time to get some distance between you and what it is that you want. If you're personally too attached to an outcome, you're unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you planned. This is going to turn out how you hoped, but it's even better than you hoped. It's, again, universe, can you show me how magical things can get? You don't know where, you don't know when, but you know why, and you know maybe you know, the intention of that why that grounds you and anchors you. And there's something around experiencing that why before it even translates in the physical, because the physical is the last thing to occur. So the perfect version of your abundance is right in front of you. Remain neutral and curious to watch the miracle unfold. That's what this is. Remain neutral and curious to watch the magic unfold. And eclipses aren't just like what happens on this day, guys. This is like it has ripple effects from 6 months to a year onwards sometimes. So this is like, you know, and this is like an 18-month story that we're now embarking on. It's an 18-month journey. Let me go ahead and see what this is. Let's clarify. Let's get one of these messages. I mean, we've all been feeling it. I love that. Joseph said, or choose nothing and watch. Oh, you got soulmates. So soulmates is the Lovers card. And this is the connection with your own soul, right? It's like divine masculine, divine feminine energy. And so there's something that you're observing when it comes to this dance between your human nature and your divine nature. And traditionally, when we talk about the Lovers, it's about what is steering you, right? Is it the soul or is it the ego that clings to one thing and then also blocks off all other kind of timelines of experience? And I'm hearing there's a higher, like even better than you could have imagined. I'm gonna go ahead and read this card. It can talk about love, but I feel like this is about the journey of also loving, you know, not just yourself, but also your own life. So much so that you fall in love with, I'm hearing the nature of your existence. So let me read it for you. Duality and connection. In a bright flash, your soulmates wrap around you in a cosmic embrace. In this moment, you feel safe and loved. We travel through time with these souls, and each one changes us into who we are meant to become. So this could be fated encounters on your path, right? It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be platonic. It can be business. It can be soul family. But there's some kind of being at the same time and space, in the same space and time. Can you detach from how that happens? There is some type of cosmic I'm hearing intervention with this. So some challenge us and others lift us up when we're on the edge of the light. Through them, you'll feel absolute love, which is absolute awareness in your interconnectedness to all things. Throughout many lives, our soulmates build us into who we're meant to be. Like a song and repeat, we encounter the same souls over and over again. When this card shows up, it asks for us to take pause, reflect, and appreciate the idea of the immortal connection. You know what's so interesting is you have the Hanged Man at the base, which is releasing. Some of you could be releasing people that have served a purpose in your life and also no longer do. And the thing is, with the Hanged Man, is when we talk about sacrifice and sacrificial energy, to make sacred is a sacrifice, to make something sacred once again. And 𝓬𝓵 in Hebrew means that something new is drawing near as a result of that sacrifice. So there could be something around upgrades and connections, you know, as you ascend into a higher order, the quality of your exchanges on earth begin to reflect that embodiment. And so there could be something around some kind of recalibration in your circle, or recalibration with, you know, let's say contracts encoded into your field, and that beginning to elevate too, because we always open ourselves up to a certain ecosystem of timelines, experiences, opportunities, you know, subconscious core agreements that reflect what the soul is currently moving through and navigating at whatever stage of its journey it's currently, let's say, experiencing in a linear fashion. And so there's something around there being a, like, South Node energy, the eclipse is like purging. That's what it is. It's like releasing, but it's also a new beginning. So it's like the ending of a cycle and a new beginning. And there's some kind of light or revelation where you know that there's things releasing during this time. The why they're releasing will unveil itself to you. The what you're making room for is going to reveal itself to you. And that could be versions of dynamics. That could be lessons that you've also integrated. That could be many things, you know. So it also talks about open up to others and show them the real you, and deep connections will be bountiful. Be vulnerable, be content, be okay with being alone and learning about yourself. When you do this, you will find relationships with others will only grow stronger. And when you do encounter a soulmate, the spark will be unmistakable. So, soul family, bioplasma beings, part of a counterpart Earth, I wonder? Like, what is this? You know, it's like we can say that we love each other with our lips, but the hearts can be so far away. It's only when we learn to sit within the stillness of our own heart and observe the complexities and intricacies of this third dimensional construct can we actually begin to really see and be seated in the eternal now with a fellow extension of the source in which we all emerge from. But it's a fractal of awareness and infinite potential that is aware of the fact that it's infinite potential, and also aware that we are all the children of wisdom that emerge from the same source as a fractal of conscious awareness that's conscious of itself. And we begin to behave very, very differently. And so we're all individual nodes in this construct, yet we all have this lattice of communication. So in many ways, you may feel etherically and energetically right now, there is like a telepathy between hearts, or there is telepathy or communication that we're having, right? We're meeting in the astral and we're tuning into things in the field for meditation. We're tuning into the morphic field. There could be things that you're picking up on when it comes to the hidden, subtle architecture of this system. And I'm seeing simulation glitches. So this is the bleeding in between dimensions. You're remembering what has already happened beyond your current coordinates within space-time. You're remembering things that have already unfolded in timelines and continuums that you are being aligned with. So that's like what I'm seeing there. Yeah, super, super, super interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Let's see what else comes through them, because I'm gonna leave pretty soon. Let's get Cosmos a shaman's dream oracle message. So, some kind of magical encounters is giving me like well-lined collisions for sure. What is this? Is the spirit telling you stars in the sky, possibility, limitless possibility. This is a tiny glimpse of silver. It's like a tiny glimpse into what's coming. That's what this is. And it talks about summoning celestial light helpers that are assisting with it. You know what this is? This is a Dreamweavers reading. If you haven't watched the Dreamweavers, definitely watch it. That's being highlighted for sure. This is like so Dreamweavers energy. It's things that are being orchestrated on a high level. And this movement and shift within the cosmos is inseparable to the shifts that we start seeing occurring on planet Earth. And so that's definitely the vibe. 51. Embracing opportunity. When you look up at the velvety dark blanket of the night sky, covering the vast expanse of space, can you count all the stars twinkling above? Can you imagine that you're only glimpsing at a tiny sliver of what's actually there? This is the domain of limitless possibility, of the never-ending sea of potential that you yourself are made up of and have now at your disposal. Your life right now is alive with possibility, and it needs your clear focus to home in on whatever avenue of exploration calls most to you. It's time to choose and not be directed by the sheer magnitude of what may be. Be here now and gather your thoughts and your most cherished dreams. Focus on the brightest star in the never-ending sky and take small steps and small movements towards calling this glittering potential into reality. Again, this is happening during a numerical 9 month, which is literally causing rapid ascension, which also means that there are certain things that will fall away, even if these are identities, okay, or stories that we've been clinging on to. So I'm hearing you don't really have a point of reference for this. It's like you're going to be navigating some completely new terrain in your life. It's a reflection of the internal work that you've done now being mirrored in the field around you. So if you can imagine this and hold that vision, you can summon all the celestial helpers, which are like these bioplasma beings, some incarnate into physical form, and others we work with in the spirit plane. It's like, let's say, energies or archetypes that exist in different dimensional fields. And so, yeah, it's some type of merging between human nature and your divine nature, and trusting the higher intelligence that self-organizes and streamlines through us all. And that's the singular truth that binds our hearts as one. And so we all know this is coming. Like, we all know that this has already happened. We're just experiencing the linear unfoldment of it. But trust this as fact rather than theory, and you ought not act surprised when your dreams come true, for they surely will, exactly as you need them to. So I'm hearing one version. Don't cling to just one version of something. Something is shifting. Let's see. You know what it is? It's like, it's kind of like, how would I describe it? Fishing in a spot where there's not really much fish. And it's like we're clinging to the idea of, I'm going to make this catch here. I'm going to do this. And so I'm going to cling to this thing. And we can't see value in an experience just because of the time that we already invested into it. And that could be even just reoccurring lines of thoughts and certain versions of ourselves. And I'm seeing like reclaiming the parts of you beyond survival. Like reclaiming all the, you know, eternal aspects of you that really don't take or require much editing at all. It's often just allowing everything else to fall away. Who are you without distractions? Who are you when you turn back inwards innately? Because then you see the true nature of things, of everything. Look at that. You have hostilities and community. So things that you don't see eye to eye with. Hostilities is also, life is too short to spend another day at war with yourself. It's like a 5 of swords energy. Community is kindred spirits. So there's some kind of reconfiguration that's happening in your circle. Some of you, it's immediate circle. Cornucopia. That's kind of come up like this and all tied up. Again, you must release something in order to receive. We all know what the cornucopia is, right? Cornucopia, let me read the protection message with this. I mean, it's not necessarily a protection message per se. It's more like, how would one articulate this? Oh, I kind of want to get one of these. Oh, yeah, we got one already. Here we go. I've had some kind of Truman. Anyway, let me not get into that. It's coming. 11. This shows sometimes personal frustration that we can feel. You may feel discouraged by having wishes denied, and perhaps you're just disappointed with the delays involved. You know what this is? Be so rooted in the divine plan that even temporal disappointment feels like divine protection or redirection. That's what this is. You're always being steered towards your highest good. And so don't be disheartened if obstacles seem to block your way. It may simply take some patience and persistent action and may require a radical shift in how you're approaching your goals. Yeah, that's the energy. It was like releasing that specific location or releasing that specific way of doing things and being open back up towards a complete new terrain. It may not even be the ocean because we have spirit of the river right here. You may be led towards another stream and there's a complete new adventure that unfolds. You start catching things that you didn't even know existed. Like you start, you know? So this card also indicates a cycle of basically releasing and not allowing that to deter you. It talks about because you're being steered into an entirely new direction. Be open, flexible, and aware, and remember that there are many roads to happiness. The universe is abundant, and all that I desire comes to me in just the right ways. So this is literally liberation and movement towards expansion. It's like a powerful release. The release is in where the magic lies, because it's in the release, even from our own, expectations, that we open ourselves up to a complete different field of infinite potential, which is what we are. We open ourselves back up to all it is that we've ever been, and we allow ourselves to be in awe with this. When we release, we are in awe with what reveals itself to us, of what collapses into our experience. And it's a universe. Show me how magical it can get. I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know when. But this energy is, well, you ought not act surprised when it comes true and better than you had expected or even intended. And who are you to yourself? Because who you are will determine the version of reality that you experience. That's what this is. You'll be steered towards the most magical realignments. You'll find things that you didn't even know you were looking for. And that will be revealed to you. So that's the energy for this, All right, guys, I'm gonna love and leave you right there. It's just a quick one today. I have another message that hopefully I'll get out today as well. So thank you so much, Mike, for your 120 jewels. GG Flame, you're deeply appreciated. May the energy that you sent out return to you tenfold. Thank you so much for the clapping seal. You deeply appreciated. Thank you so much, Claudia. Thankful. I'm so thankful for you and for you being here. You guys are deeply inspiring. So thank you for holding coherence in this space. Thank you so much, Mystic. Domino 8888 for your fireworks. I love it. Thank you so much. May the energy that you sent out return to you tenfold. And thank you so much, Beauty Babe, for your gold coin. You guys are deeply, deeply appreciated. I didn't even get to see the chat really, but yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and catch a vibe real quick. And I'm kind of on a time crunch today. Who knows? I might hop on later in the evening, depending on what goes on with the day. But it's going to be a magical unfoldment. You know, this is something that will continue to happen for more than 6 months. This is literally just the beginning. The portal has just opened today. And so the most powerful thing that you can do on this portal day is to allow yourself to return to the self and return to your own heart. Because it's when we do that we view this system from the perspective of source, while immersed inside of this dream that we call physical reality. This becomes our navigation system into moving through this construct incredibly lucidly. And it's when we're lucid in experience, which is free will of perception, that I'm seeing putting on your explorer hat once again. We get to explore the infinite possibilities encoded into this field and the field in which we've all emerged from. I'm hearing things that have been hidden, that we've hidden from ourselves, that we get to unravel. It feels like an Easter egg hunt or some kind of exploration. All right, there's a lot of, what would I say? Things that, let's say, the Oversoul has placed on the path that you're about to discover. I'm seeing a lot of discoveries for you. I'm hearing gifts from you to you. Okay, so that's what this feels like, for sure. Yeah, I love that. Yes, Joseph. I appreciate you guys. With that being said, have a beautiful new moon, solar eclipse in the sign of Leo. Such beautiful insights, such beautiful comments, such beautiful souls. We appreciate you. I appreciate you so much, Joseph. You are deeply appreciated. And yeah, you have a way of articulating things that just, they resonate every single time. You guys are deeply, I've got no words, just magical beings. Beautiful to see you, Indie Sounds. Have a blessed Lion Gate. Yeah, still very much in the Lion's Gate portal, about to dive deep. Coming back to the self, right? The magic is you, 100%. Every single one of us, we're all bioplasma beings. And so from that perspective, allow the divinity to unfold through you. No longer seeing yourself as compartmentalized from what you innately are. A pillar, a node that's interconnected within this lattice and this grid. And we'll continue finding each other over and over again. You know, there's an energy of you haven't even yet met in a linear fashion. Maybe in the astral plane, maybe in the higher realms, but in the 𝓬𝓷, you haven't even yet met all the portals that you're about to meet. And that can come through timelines, opportunities, and experiences. It's literally right there on the field. Like I'm seeing something just about to collapse over that next period. you're getting acquainted with the essence of it. That's what it is. So with that being said, my loves, I'm gonna go and enjoy this beautiful day. I hope that you enjoy yours. Let me know where you are in the world, what time it is. Thank you so much, iCarve Stones. I don't know if I said everyone. I hope I didn't leave anyone out. Thank you so much, Joe. You're deeply appreciated for your cupping seal. May the energy that you sent out return to you tenfold. You guys are like honestly the best. All right, I'm gonna go. If this finds you for one reason or another, you're a magical being. Just know that everyone that comes into alignment with this. And yeah, personal reading details are in the link down below as well. Also check out Altar Spirit if you're looking for some high quality AA grade gemstones. One of the proceeds are donated towards altar sanctuaries. And have a beautiful new moon solar eclipse. Comment down below in the comment section, I am magic, if you made it to this point. Until next time, guys.